Hey there, Gaia. I'm loving the hair. Is that freshwater, baby? Oh, yeah. Oh, life including me. I guess I'd better listen. I see. Okay. And the first era we're going to start out in is the era of fish, the antediluvian period. Yes, we learned that in the original teaser, the title screen teaser. I hope we can meet there too, baby, especially if what's underneath that faded gradient of your collarbone is what I think is there. Goodness gracious, 3 billion years just to become a fish. Well, it's going to be hard to travel alone. I got no tunes to accompany me on my stereo, but I think we'll make it. So Chapter 1, The World Before Land. We're going to start off in the ocean, a fairly short chapter. I don't think we're going to get through all of it today. We're going to try to portion out our time a little better than just blowing through a whole chapter all at once. But here we start off in this little area right here. We're a fish. We can't move around because we have to go to this first little area over here. But we're going to be going to other areas soon enough, and the map is going to fill up with all kinds of little red dots. But here we are at the Ocean of Origin. We are just a little fish moving around, but if we go up to the jellyfish, a challenger has entered the ring. Look, newcomer, you better listen to the rules. What are the rules? Rule number 1, we do not talk about survival of the fittest. Rule number 2, we do not talk about survival of the fittest. Well, those sound like pretty good rules. I am not afraid of this world. I'm not weak and flabby. In fact, I'm chomping on fish right now. And when you chomp on enemies, when you eat them, you get their meat. And the meat gives you evolution points. That's the white right there. We can also eat the vegetation to restore our life if we so need it. But yeah, I'm going to look forward to doing this because this is the last time I did this series. As you recall, it's the only series I ever did that had post-commentary, but now we're doing this live in real time, and I'm going to be chowing down on meat for the most part in the early going here. Oh, I kind of got stung there, but like I say, you can eat the vegetation, and we'll be doing just fine. We're going to run around eating jellyfish for a little while. We're going to do a bit of early grinding in this segment. Come here, Mr. Jellyfish Man. There we go. The meat rarely gets stuck in the wall. It's actually nice enough to come to you. But we're a weak little purple fish right now. Just racking up evolution points so that we can evolve. And every time you eat an enemy's meat, you get evolution points. And in the early goings, it's going to be a little slow to get that kind of stuff. I just did a little dash move by tapping left twice there. But we're going to run around eating jellyfish meat until we have a few hundred points. So we're actually going to be right back. And if I can get it to... if I can get an enemy to drop some flashing meat, we'll discuss the distinction between that real quick, between regular meat and flashing meat, which is not poison meat, as I originally suspected. If we can get an enemy here to drop flashing meat, we'll see that flashing meat flashes green over and over again, actually gives you more evolutionary points, anywhere from 2 to 5 times the normal amount that an enemy will give you. But yeah, we're going to spend some time hanging around here until we've got a fair amount of evolution points. That does sometimes take a while, but there we go. And I'm pressing the Y button to chow down on these enemies. These jellyfish are fairly docile. They can sting with their tentacles, but they are mostly not a threat, especially since we have so much yummy vegetation to eat. So we'll be back in a minute when we've got a few hundred evolution points, and we'll show you the whole point of this game, which is to evolve and become strong, as the first jellyfish who introduced us to the world said. We'll show off evolution in just a second, as soon as we're done grinding for E.V.O points. Alright, now to show you the point of all that point grinding. You see we've got around 1,000, and that's going to help us buy a couple of things to improve ourselves just a little bit. We're going to press the select button and go to evolution. And with the E.V.O points we've been grinding, they're basically the money or the currency of the game. And we can choose numerous parts of our bodies to evolve at this point. But for now, we're going to add a horn to ourselves. Usually horns are used for attack, and they break after 3 uses, which makes them not so useful really, just kind of a bit of offense. But we're going to take a special kind of horn in this case, the angler's horn, which isn't used for attack, but is actually used to draw organisms to you, so that you can eat them a little easier, gain E.V.O points faster. We got a little light on our head now, as you'll see. We've got a light on our head. enemies will start coming to us a little. Maybe the jellyfish will be attracted to the light. Let's see how well it works with him. Yeah, he's just kind of hovering, I think. Alright, let's go ahead and chow down on him. And now we're going to take another body part. We're going to buy a dorsal fin. We're going to buy the most expensive dorsal fin we can buy, the Kurasalachi fin, which is basically a shark dorsal fin. And that's going to improve our hit points. You see, we've gone from 20 to 30 hit points. So, we haven't gained much in the way of offense yet. We'll get that when we get some new jaws. Oh, there's that flashing meat. You see, that was worth 50 E.V.O points. So that was worth 5 times what a jellyfish is normally worth. So yeah, grinding can often get you this flashing meat, which speeds the grinding process up substantially. But I think we've spent quite enough time hanging around in the Ocean of Origin. See, we've already got 100 E.V.O points back. There are plenty of body parts we're going to be going after, but not just yet. We're going to hold our wad. Most of the levels in this game are really, really, really short. You're just basically moving from one story point to the next. But see, there's the green dot on the map. Red means you've conquered an area, and green means you haven't been there yet. But now we're going to be exploring a few different cave levels, actually. First of these is going to be the Cave of Guidance. We're going to learn about a few different types of crystals while we're here. Crystals are an integral plot point to this game. We're going to be figuring out what each different kind of crystal does. There are 4 colors of crystals. Yellow, red, oh crap, yeah, you don't want to get caught up in enemies like that. Sometimes your sprite can get caught in an enemy. Yeah, no jumping up onto land just yet. We don't want to do that. That would be muy bad indeed. But we're going to enter the cave here. Hey, alright, more flashing me. Where was that stuff when I was grinding? We're going to pop into the cave here. Chomp on the eel dudes. You see, we're attracting all kinds of fresh meat here. What with our angler horn, it's bringing people to us. We're not having to go to them, which is quite useful. But now we're going to run, and we can just come up to this little yellow crystal right here. But if we duck, I bet we'll get to hear from the rumors circulate among the cucumbers. Yes, you can sometimes hear sea life talking if you go down and approach them. See, there you go. Even though they don't know the difference between it's and it is. They say we can't return here if we cross the 3rd volcano in the sea. Ooh. Guy's got plans. A new world. I like. But look at these guys coming to me. Boy, they are just all up in my business. But they're backing off. They see I've got powerful fishy jaws. I'm not really too concerned about losing life to these guys. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to eat the yellow crystal here. The yellow crystal is just kind of an advice crystal. Okay, so I assume you're a girl then? If your name is Crystal? Yeah, the only way to enhance your offensive power is to evolve your jaws. We're going to be doing that very soon because we like having jaws. Evolving your body will increase your defensive power, but it will sometimes also make you slower if you increase the size of your body. Yeah, but only temporarily because they break. Hands, feet, and dorsal fin increases hit point level, agility, and strength. Those are things I'm slightly more interested in. That is also true, but we're not too worried about that at the moment. But yeah, that angler's horn doing its job there, because look at the clientele we're bringing in. They are just converging directly on my mouth, basically. And though you might get a little caught up in them, like lose a hit point here and there, but we're gaining enough back so that it's like the loss is negligible because we're gaining it back at such a fast rate. We've already got 400 hit points back even. So we're doing really well. Now with these cave levels, once you explore the cave and you leave the cave, you leave the level the way you came and then you'll be able to move on. So these cave levels are really short, really quick. And so we're going to be moving on to the next one now, which is the Cave of Temptation. So let's make our way on out to the world map. Not before chowing down on a few jellyfish, though. Ha! See? Totes worth it. Oh my gosh. That was incredible. So let's go on ahead and leave now. There we go. And now we're going to move on up. Just move on up along the map. Several worlds later on are going to have far more levels than this. When I was a kid, I thought, man, this game has a lot of levels because I would see like map screenshots and man, boy, they are coming straight to that light, aren't they? They're not like the jellyfish. Okay, you need to back up, Meester. I wonder how much their flashing meat is worth. With the rate I'm killing them, I'm bound to run into a few flashy meats. But man, I am just gaining E.V.O points like a boss here. This angler horn is a handy little accoutrement. Oh, hey, they're all after me here. Yeah, you got to be careful with these little slug guys. You bite them, they turn into two, and they are on a rampage. So you got to be getting in with the bites. Don't waste any time there. Yeah, see, that's what I mean, getting your body stuck in the middle of an enemy sprite. That can be pretty bad sometimes. But this right here is a red crystal. Ah, hi there, fish. Trying a red crystal. Oh, there's no May about it. You will evolve into a strange creature, because when you eat a red crystal, you're going to turn into something badass for a temporary amount of time. And depending on how you're evolved, this particular red crystal will turn you into either an eel or a stingray. I'm hoping for the stingray. It's got less hit points, but it looks cooler. And so now we are a stingray. That's the one I like. So while you're in this temporary form, we have capability. We can't evolve while we're in this little temporary form, but we are going to go ahead and record this creature. The record of evolution is what we're looking for here. We're going to go ahead and, oh, we've got a few pages here already, I see. Probably from a previous playthrough. We're going to go ahead and record on this page, save over. We're just going to name evolved creature. Huh, here we go. Steve Irwin. Boo, too soon, Jesse, too soon. No, it's been several years. I think we're good to go. Record complete. Now, that's going to come in handy later. There are different types of crystals that will... Ah, see, we are chowing down. We're going to use this time while we're the stingray to eat slugs with our temporarily increased power. So we're just going to move along, and we're going to chug, and we're going to keep going. See, we're killing these guys in one hit. So while we're a badass stingray, that is a good time to grind and get E.V.O points. And I think we're already almost at enough points. Oh, yep, crystal power doesn't work yet. Return to former body. The crystal is still kind of in it's still kind of a work in progress. So you don't get to be Mr. Awesome Creature for very long, but the time that you do get to spend as an awesome creature, anytime you eat a red crystal, you need to record that creature, because we'll get crystals later that will allow us to go back to forms that we assumed while eating the red crystal, and we'll be able to revisit those forms, and we'll just have ourselves a jolly old time with those when we can. Oh, hey, eels, I need you to get off my case. Well, I guess I'm going to have to eat you for that to happen, so... Alright, let's see if I can eat this stuff without... Okay, good. I can eat without going back in the cave, but we've got a lot of E.V.O points, so I'm going to go ahead and make another improvement to myself real quick while I can. We've got almost 1,000, so I'm going to go ahead, evolve, and I'm going to take the most powerful jaws we can get. The Xenichthy jaws. We're going to be encountering Xenichthy soon. They look like giant metal fish. But yeah, there we go. Now we got like crunchy Hulk face. Rawr, rawr. That I'm doing there, the different bite, this is an attack bite with the Y button. But if you press X, you can do a non-attack bite. Useful for eating vegetation that's down on the ground. Once we get to long neck creatures, don't want to get too far ahead of myself. But now we're going to go for our last spot today. We're going to go over to the Ocean of Terotis. Terotis, I guess, being these little things. And normally they would run away from you. But, yeah, you see these Xenichthy jaws. We are tearing it up. Oh my gosh. This is a great place to get points. If we didn't have the angler's fin, these guys would be running away from us. But because we have the angler horn, they are attracted to us and they find us friendly. So this is a good place to go ahead, grind, and get up some E.V.O points. We're going to want to swim around, though. We can't leave this level just yet. You have to wait for a certain... No! I lost some meat. I hate losing meat. I like having meat in my mouth. Wait, what? Wow, yeah. See there? They travel in schools of 4, so you can get at least 100 points a pop. We haven't even explored the possibility of flashing meat from these guys, though I'd say it's bound to happen. But we just want to run around a little, find these guys. This is why you want to have the angler horn. This is a great place to get E.V.O points, at least while nothing is happening around here. But pretty soon, those volcanoes below us, which look so dormant and in fact kind of peaceful, they're going to go off, and we're going to have to make our way out of here We're going to have to get the hell out of Dodge. But yeah, wow, we are really cooking with gas. We can probably afford some really good evolutionary fins. Oh, hey, 100, not too bad. There we go. The wall of bubbles has disappeared because of the explosion from the volcano. So yeah, now you see we need to get out of here because those things take off 5 hit points a whack. So I think we're going to go ahead and stop there for today. I think we can probably... Yeah, we can afford to stop there today. This is a good point to stop. We've done a lot of exploring of the early levels, introduced ourselves to the concept of evolution. The ocean is a pretty short world. We're going to be finishing it off next time. So we're just going to sit here flopping in the water before we move on to the next set of caves and volcanoes. So I hope y'all are enjoying this game. I really like this game. There's a lot to it. There's a lot to be appreciated about it. I think it's an underrated gem, and I'm going to have fun playing it with y'all. So I will see you guys next time.